If Nigeria must develop, then Nigeria needs to develop one blueprint. A blueprint that is accepted by every Nigerian as our plan for development. A blueprint that is the document for any party in power, no matter which party is in power. To have this, of course, we first assess our entire infrastructural deficit, for example. We decide on the ones we will do first, second, and next, and on like that. In the blueprint, we must have a timeline. We attach to each project when we expect it to start and when we expect it to be commissioned. We break everything down to bits so that everybody can understand it. China has a blueprint that dates back to as far back as almost a century, and is following the blueprint painstakingly. You may say, but that is because they operate just one big Communist Party of China. True. We do not need to copy that. We're different. We don't have parties of ideologies anyway. So it suits us to have one blueprint, and that blueprint to have a timeline to it. We cannot afford to continue to have discontinuity each time another party comes into power. In this, we must differ from the US and its practice of multi-party system and their different ideologies and focus. For example, let's say we have a plan to have railroads all over the nation in our blueprint. This plan we must complete within 5 years. We must detail where the funds will be coming from. For instance, we say it shall be non-oil revenues. And how much is going to cost? We say, so this is how much this project is going to cost. We must agree also as a people, what do we do once the government is falling behind on the schedule? That is, if rail is to pass my town in Iloluji in 2021 and it does not, what do I do? What does my town do? We call the rep, who notifies the House of Representatives or the Senate, who calls the attention of the appropriate quarters or whoever. So we must all agree as a people what we want to do per time. Right now, the rep member cannot represent my constituency well because he does not even know what ought to come to his constituency. Neither can I hold him accountable as much as I should because I also do not know. Let me come back to the visit to China. We asked one of the officials a question, and we asked about standardization of Chinese products. We asked, why is it that we cannot vouch for all products coming from China? Yes, of course, we know we have some quality products coming out of there, but how come we can't vouch for every product that comes out of China? Our response was straight. Standardization of all Chinese products is ongoing and will be perfected by 2025. Wow, she knows. But not only that, every other person seemed to know that standardization is ongoing and that by 2025, you will no longer find a product that is made in China but is below standard. Another example, we made an observation. You call yourself a developing nation, but you are developed. Each one we said this to said, no, we have people who are still below poverty line. 14 million people were raised from poverty last year, leaving 30 million people. Our target is that everyone will be above poverty line by 2020. Interesting. Everyone we talked with knows this fact. Our target, that is in the blueprint, the timeline, to end poverty is 2020. We believe we're going to get there. Wow. Standardization, empowerment of citizens, housing for all, everything is captured in the blueprint. A timeline, a people who are focused on getting things done at the right time. This Nigeria must have if we must develop. We must have a blueprint, We must have a timeline and a people with their eyes on this, making sure that it works. That is my number one China lesson.